I don't know. Did we do a TRAS?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Holland, come up.
He did the TRAS and the recommended SATF.
This is why we do this beforehand. You know what I mean?
What?
This, so we know exactly what to expect, you know? Yeah. I don't know, Tad, why? I mean, we have you evaluated by clinicians for a reason. These people know what they're doing. They've done it 100 times. And they know the best way to move forward with the case. That's why we do it. I cannot tell you how many times we've done a TRAS, we've deviated from what they say, and then we end up in a worse position because something happens. Now, I know you're going to tell me everything is little bunnies jumping in the woods, but you can never anticipate in life what's going to happen. And the problem is how do you deal with the stressors that come in life? Because that's what really defines a person. We all have issues, we all have problems, and they always come at the worst time. But the most important thing is, how do you deal with the stresses when they come? Do you turn destructive, self-destructive? Do you turn destructive in the public, right? Where you do something to endanger the public. That's why we have this. What they're suggesting is inpatient treatment.
Say it again?
I said, what they're suggesting is inpatient treatment.
Because you do have a job and
Yes, sir.
you have been working at this job for a while,
Yes, sir. For like a year and a half.
right? You've been very successful at this job.
Yes, sir. I'm a supervisor.
Okay. And that's what I'm saying. You, even before we've done these things, you're already starting to turn things around.
Yes, sir.
And that's the kind of stuff, I mean, tell the judge how you've been turning things around. I mean, he needs to hear something to make him think that maybe, at least make him consider, outpatient rather than inpatient. Tell him, how your life has changed in the last year and a half.
Okay. Well, after I got the scram bracelet that you put on me, I knew that I knew it was like over with the games, the BS and all that stuff. And I just had to do right and do what I'm supposed to do. And I started just doing better at work because I wasn't drinking alcohol no more. Started doing better at work. They moved me up to a supervisor.
That's wonderful.
Started letting me manage money, invoices and stuff like that. And I just stopped hanging around the crowd of people that I was hanging around that go out and drink and party a lot. And I've just kind of been staying home or hanging out with my mom more. And
my mom used to tell me, dime con quien andas y yo te digo quién eres. It means, tell me who you hang out with,
yes, sir.
and I'll tell you who you are. And it's when you hang with dogs, you get fleas. Tad, let's do this.
Yes, sir.
Let me send him for a drug and alcohol test right now. Let's see. If he's clean, I'll acquiesce. But I'm going to tell you now, one problem, because I don't know, I'm not agreeing to this, but I will tell you that if we do go forward with this intensive outpatient treatment and you muck up, get ready, because I don't play.
That's fair.
So
Yes, sir.
let's send him. I'm going to send him now for a drug and alcohol test. If he's clean, I'm with you. But
And thank you enough. That's more than fair.
okay,
More
all
than
right,
fair.
all right. So
It'll be clean, right?
do this, Tad.
I know you will. I'll do it.
Let me see if I have your cell phone so I can tell you when he comes back. Let me see.
Okay. And
I don't have. Do you mind here? Give me your cell phone real quick, and then just hang tight. We're going to send you, and then just come right back, and then I'll text him, and then we'll do everything.
Where do you want me to go, to the jury box?
No, you can just sit out there. Sure, of course. This is your cell phone.
yes.
Okay, I'll text you when he comes back.
And then whatever we're going to do, we'll reset it. And do it.
No, we'll do it today.
Okay. But if you're sitting the inpatient, can we get through the holiday?
I'm not going to agree. I don't know. Let's see first how he does.
Okay, well.
But let's just see. Morning, Mr. Holland. Ready to go?
Yes, sir.
You can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself, and you can't fool yourself, and you can't get away. You are who you are. If you have a problem, you have a problem. It's better to own up, man up, and get it done before it becomes too late. You've got one life to live, right? And the more convictions you rack up, the more dangerous you act out in this world. Hopefully you don't do damage that's irreparable, where you go out, you kill someone. And the thing is that we get that you don't intend to do it. No one does, right? No one intends to go out and kill someone in a car, but it happens. And when you do, there's serious, serious justice. DWI is big business in the United States. It's expensive. And here, every single day in Harris County, someone dies from a DWI or an alcohol-related collision. Every single day. We lead the nation per capita in DWI fatalities. It's a disgusting statistic. And it's so avoidable because literally all you have to do, one button on a phone, $30, anywhere you want to go in the city, no matter where you want to go. How much money have you spent on all this here when it's a rhetorical question. When I'm trying to get you to understand, it's $30 anywhere you want to go. This is going to go on your record. Today is that proverbial slap on the wrist, but from now on, you will be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. And if you act like a child, where you can't control yourself to get in a car when you've gone out on a night of drinking, then we will treat you like a child. And like I told you earlier, or I didn't know if I told you, but we have a lot of kids in there. Some kids are young. Some kids are 60 that never grew up. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty to an offense, it will go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the office of driving while intoxicated?
Say guilty or no con?
It's guilty.
Guilty?
I will find you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in jail, give you credit for the 2. I have to suspend your license. I will suspend it for 90 days, which is the minimum. Do not drive. And I'm absolutely serious. Driving on a suspended license is a Class B, just like a DWI. So if you get popped driving, then you're going to be right back over here and things will not go well. You understand? From now on, even if you pick up a suspended license, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail. You understand? Now, I told you DWI is big business. Is this a 15 or above, or is it just a regular DWI?
I don't believe it was a 0.15, above 0.15, but let me double check. Actually, it was a 0.165, Judge.
Wow. Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15?
True.
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 The reason I'm asking you this is because now, instead of a $3,000 surcharge that you will owe to DPS, it's now $4,500 plus court costs of another $400. So it's now a $5,000 bill that you have to foot. And if you don't pay it, you sit in jail 1 day for every $100 that you owe.
So
I
Judge,
think that you wanted to tell me something, Ms. Spurlock, right?
yeah, so Judge, he is working again. He makes maybe, it's gonna be between $3,000 and $4,000 a month. He does pay his own rent, living expenses. Until recently, he was hoping to support a girlfriend and children, but that has since not worked out.
Wait, say that again.
So that relationship broke off, so he is now
Okay.
back supporting himself. But when it comes to finances, he does have some issues where he's not really making that much money. So if you could help me on that fine, that would be.
I love to help people, but the problem is that I asked you to remain clean and sober. You test positive. What did you test positive for?
This was presumptive for THC, and he did state to our technician that he had consumed marijuana around a month ago.
I would told her I was a very heavy smoker prior to that, and I just got basically, excuse my language, my head out of my ass like a month and a half ago. And that I read that on there it can stay in your system longer than for 30 days. And I told her, I was like, I haven't smoked in 30 days, but prior to that, I was a heavy smoker, so it could still be
You
there.
still,
It was
you're still
I
your
understand.
thing.
I
You
understand.
know? How would I know
You
you
wouldn't.
didn't smoke a joint yesterday?
You wouldn't.
You know what I mean?
You would have to take, believe me, which is not a very easy thing to do right now.
Everyone tells me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods here. Everyone, you know?
I understand.
I want you to understand, Mr. Holland, that I'm not going to play this game with you again. You come back here with the DWI, it's a $6,000 surcharge, not to mention court costs. You can probably leave here owing around $7,000, not to mention a bunch of jail time. Heed this warning. You won't get another. I will reluctantly waive your cost today, but if you come back here with the DWI, get ready. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Use Uber. It's there for a reason.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see.
The 0.15?
True to the enhancement. Yeah.
No, we don't have it on the information.
Oh, is it not pled?
Your Honor, it's not pled on the.
Because it was probably, I guess, the blood warrant judge.
Got it. Okay. All right. So just don't do the enhancement then.
So you still want to do the 4,000?
No, it's 3,000 because it's not. It's if it's not alleged, then we can't do it. But so the 3,000, we'll waive it, and then with the court costs. All right, but good luck to you. Remember, 30 days in jail from now on.
I won't do this again.
We'll see. Actions speak louder than words.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, thank you. Yeah, and then I'm gonna do a protective order here when we get Jillian
Yes, Judge.
here on the table. What page you say?
Page 18.
All right. Mr. Patlan?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with driving while your license is suspended. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On December 2nd, 2024, officers were dispatched to a minor accident on the Sam Houston Parkway. Upon arrival, the officer met with both parties of the accident as well as a witness. The witness advised that there were minor disturbances on the scene in which a knife was brandished by the defendant who was parked across the street from the accident. The officer identified the defendant and discovered he had a mandatory suspension on his driver's license for a second DWI. And the defendant advised that he had still been driving for work. He had personal business despite having personal knowledge of the suspension. The defendant stated he was driving from San Antonio and was only waiting for his coworker who was involved in the accident.
Does he have an open DWI right now?
Does not appear so, Your Honor. It appears that the last DWI he had was in 2019 out of Bexar County.
Bear.
Bear County, yes. Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Patlan,
Yes, sir.
I want you to understand one thing. I'm going to find that there's, so wait a second. Someone saw him driving or did the officer see him driving? Because I didn't,
He admitted that he had been driving for work. And he admitted to having personal knowledge of suspension as well.
did anyone see him driving?
No, Your Honor, there's only the
Do we
statement.
know even when he was driving?
There was an accident. That's what dispatch involved. And then
Okay, so, all right, okay, so,
there was an accident and then officers arrived and then they made contact with the defendant.
got it. So all this was in response to an accident that he was allegedly involved in.
Yes,
Got it. All right. So I am going to find probable cause, Mr. Patlan.
Sure.
And no, don't. You have the right to remain silent, exercise. I've got about a bunch of DAs here. Anything you say, they're going to use it against you. But let me make something abundantly clear to you. I'm going to have you sign with me today an affidavit. This is a promise that you're making to me that you're not going to drive. I don't care what is going on in your life. When we mean no driving, we mean no driving. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 50 kids. Do not drive. If you do, I can have a contempt hearing facing up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? I don't care what your excuse is. You cannot justify at all any reason. If you want to drive, go get a license, get liability insurance, and then we can talk. But until that point, I will even do this. This is the number to the DPS Driver's License Division. If you call them, they can tell you exactly what you need to do to get your license back. Don't drive. Do you understand?
And Your Honor, I do have to make a correction. After reading the full DIMS, the defendant was parked across from the accident. It was his coworker that was involved in the accident. He was parked across, Your Honor, and I do apologize. After reading the complete DIMS, the officer wrote that the defendant was parked across the street from the accident, and he made a statement that he was waiting on his coworker who was in the accident.
No one sees him driving.
He was just parked across the street.
No, what? No, what? Really?
He made the statements that he
I
was,
get it.
he was in the vehicle and he made the statements.
I took a shower today. You know, no, I mean, you just make a statement. I mean, no, there's no proof.
Admitted to having knowledge of the suspension, and he was in the vehicle parked across the street.
But no one sees him driving?
He did make a statement.
No. All right, I'm gonna find no probable cause. Sir, be careful.
I will.
We have enough.
I understand.
All we're asking you to do is follow the law. It's really not hard. Give them a call. They can tell you exactly what you need to do. And that's the way we do things, right? All right, sir. Just hang tight for me, okay?
Sir.
Thanks.
All the way up.
Good morning, Mr. Trujillo. Sir, you were charged with terroristic threat of a family or household member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. December 3rd, 2024, officers were dispatched to a disturbance at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The officers were advised that the complainant had been threatened by the defendant who was still in the apartment. The complainant stated that he was in his apartment when his roommate, the defendant, came banging on the door. The complainant stated that the defendant was going to open the door, and the defendant made his way in with a stick or a bat and began to threaten him by stating he was going to kill him. The complainant then stated that he was in fear for his life due to the defendant's past aggressions toward him.
Any drugs or alcohol? Any indication?
No, Your Honor, there's no indications of drugs or alcohol.
Okay. Mr. Trujillo, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Please don't talk to this person anymore. I'm making it a condition of your bond. You're not living with him now, are you?
No, sir. Nowhere near.
You're
I'm gone from there.
great. There's a protective order that's been issued in this case. You got to get to know it. If you violate this protective order, the state can and will file a violation of a protective order against you, and things will go sideways real quick. So we're not asking for much. Just don't have any contact with him. Don't have any weapons, and just be nice.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand? Are you working?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I'm an insulator.
You're an insulator.
Yes, sir.
What do you insulate?
We insulate hot pipes, boilers, stuff from the Navy base.
What kind of money do you make a month?
Right now I'm unemployed because I lost.
I was asking if you're employed.
No, I work on and off on part-time. And right now I'm kind of off right now because of the fact that I went to jail that day.
Let you off? Okay. You want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to give you an application. Don't pick up any new cases.
Yes, sir.
Be good while you're out there. That's all we're asking. You understand? All right, I'll have you fill out the application. Steve is going to get it to you. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. We're going to have you take a seat. I need to get bond conditions. We need you to sign it. And then I'll have you talk to a lawyer here momentarily.
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
All right.